Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. And now, the time of the week that we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. My name is Eric Sizemore. I am your host, and we always start off, since the great COVID temporal rift, with establishing our place in time. So we like to point out a few memorable things that are happening in the news. All kinds of crap blowing up in the Middle East. That'll probably really set it out in your minds when we are. But the one that got me was that the Israeli-Palestinian escalation has now moved on to blowing up the building that the AP is based in. And that's when you know a war is really, come into its own, is when they blow up the press. So we'll be getting a lot less good news out of them. The mask mandate has been lifted, and last week that created crazy chaos, and now everything is on the honor system. So we're just going to believe other Americans have been vaccinated because they say so, which is cool. And finally, and I'm hating myself for doing this, but a good news clip just isn't perfect unless it ends with a cat story. And scientists figured out why cats like to sit in boxes, or even just like a taped square on the ground. You can Google it. It's called the Kaneza illusion, and I think that's pretty cool. I am joined tonight by an astounding array of co-hosts. We have, in show order, Matt Brown.
Hi.
McGowan, Michael Lebuhn, and wrapping it up for her very first show, Chelsea Rennert. Thank you all for being here. Matt, show me what you got.
Oh.
Did you introduce Autumn?
Yes.
Oh, my computer froze. Sorry.
See, that seems
just
like
looking out for you, Autumn.
That's a you problem then. So my first one, my first meme of the day today is it's a My Little Pony that looks very concerned. Has a nice pink mane, a little floofy clouds around it with a rainbow framing the head, and a rainbow that says some text, and it says them. We need to talk later. Me, my little panic attack. Because that's how it feels when someone's like, we need to talk later, and you don't give any descriptors as to what we're discussing.
That's violent. To do that to someone is violent.
It is.
I'm sorry.
Especially if your friend has any kind of like PTSD or anything like that. Don't do that.
Especially if you're baby. Like,
oh god,
dude,
don't do that to baby.
I'm seriously triggered just by the words "we need to talk," whether it's like my girlfriend or management.
I know. My boss the other day was like, "Hey Matt, can you need to talk?" And I was like, "No, I love this job and I'm getting fired." And she was like, "You've been doing really good lately." And I'm like, "Give me a precursor. Like, give me something, Jesus." Anyway. So next one, this was a favorite of mine. It's that awful Nazi Barbie bitch, Tomi Lahren, and it's her just with like a half open mouth expression, just trying to read a teleprompter, but trying to figure out what that big 4-letter word was. And it says, Tomi Lahren, this weekend, people threw eggs at me and called me, in quotations, Nazi Barbie. And I'm sorry. That was great, and I posted it, and the best comment I got on it was, well, that's a waste of eggs. However, though, I wasn't sure if they were talking about Tomi or the eggs that were thrown at her, so I wasn't really sure. This one I fucking found hysterical. This is 4 panels of a drive-in theater. Shush. And the caption for it is, in 1999, the movie Dick, which is about Nixon, came out, and it didn't stop playing at this drive-in theater all year long. And so the panels in order are like, Drive-In, The Haunting Dick, Muppets from Space. Analyze this dick, Big Daddy. 16 Things I Hate About You, Bringing Out the Dead, Dick. And then the last one is Dick Virus, Merry Christmas, everyone. Which Dick Virus sounds like it was probably spread by cis straight men. This one is from Aubrey at Aubrey Bell on Twitter. And it says, oh boy, ever spill a little bit of your coffee and realize the thread you are hanging on by is quite thin. And that just happened to me today because I spilled a little bit of coffee on my keyboard and almost threw my keyboard across the room and was like, oh no, mental health.
Yeah.
My last one that I'm going to do for this round was great. It is a very pretty woman who's skydiving, and this is probably Egypt in like the lower background, and she's taking a selfie and somehow still looks fantastic despite the fact that she's fucking skydiving and falling at a whole bunch of miles per hour. And the caption while she's like looking over one of the pyramids is anything is a dildo if you're brave enough. And that may have not been what the pharaohs intended, but good job, Rachel. I don't know what her name is, by the way. I just gave
Probably Rachel.
She seemed like a Rachel, sorry. That's me. I think it's Autumn's turn now.
Okay, so now it's time to share my screen and pull up PowerPoint presentation. Yeah. Like I this is my second time. I don't know, you guys. I'm just trying.
Cool. Wow, yeah, this is super much more official. Normally I just pull up tabs on Facebook. So good job.
I'm just like, I remember my 6th grade, computer skills.
Nice.
So my first meme is a 2-panel comic. It has in the first panel a dustpan, and it's one of those hand brooms, and there's always this thin line when you sweep up anything. And so how to deal with that pesky line is in the second panel, you put it on a mirror and you snort it.
So bad.
Because I'm always wondering what to do with that line. Like it's
I'll
very,
try
very
twice.
That's my line.
Usually ends up on my feet. This happened to me when I applied for a telemarketing job, and they were like doing on the job training, and I would just interrupt somebody's job to be trained by them, and they're just like, put the headset on, and the picture is of a woman. She looks perplexed. She's driving. Her steering wheel, it has a fuzzy covering on it. So she's just like, she's definitely like marching to the beat of her own drum. She's got glasses on, she's in traffic, and she looks completely out of it, kind of like she's disassociating. And the caption reads, realizing a job ain't for you in the middle of training for it.
That is such a perfect moment for that.
Yeah.
I've lived that moment. I feel that moment.
Right. Yeah.
Same, sure. My heart goes out to you, random meme girl.
Random meme girl. She gets it. Here is another experience of mine in grade school. It's I think that McDonald's like had a puppet show or something, because there's a cheeseburger and it has eyeballs and a smile, and it just reminds me of McDonald's. But the caption reads, when you were 13 and came to school with your natural curly hair straightened for a special occasion, and everyone was like, wow, you look so much better.
Oh.
And all around. It's close. Close to home. It's like, great, thanks. And this is all around the burger. This certainly will not affect my self-image for the rest of my adolescence.
Yeah,
it only took 4 hours to straighten my hair. I look nothing like myself.
Oh.
Yeah, I definitely got called pube head when I was.
No. I mean, if it makes you feel better, I also got better responses when I would show up to a function looking straight, so I get it.
Oh.
Agreed. I think this is gonna be my last one for here. It is a scene of a riot. I think there's like paint splotches, people are crouching on the ground, there's rubble everywhere. There's a girl, I think she's got a slingshot or I think it's a slingshot.
That's a combat slingshot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Badass.
Yes, definitely a scene of a riot, and then there's a man and he's playing, gosh, I want to say it's a saxophone. Thank fucking God, because I'm so bad at music and like instruments.
I want to say French horn.
It is in the brass family, and that I know.
Actually, it's a woodwind.
It's a woodwind.
Ah, check you guys out.
I actually can
we're
play
nerds.
saxophone.
Right on, like fucking Lisa Simpson. That's awesome. And the caption reads, "Remember, Americans, a well-placed riot bard can buff the entire crowd. They're as necessary as a street medic."
Lay down some sweet jams for me to like yeet cans of soup for my family at the police and see what I can do.
Yeah, it definitely strengthens us. So yeah, that's it. That's mine.
Yay!
Yeah.
Michael's up.
All right. So, first one. These are two it's three-panel comic, very poorly drawn people-looking figures. And the first one has an American flag on him. He's supposed to represent America. And his buddy says, hey man, you see that guy over there? And he's pointing to another character who has a Canadian flag, pointing to Canada. He said, he uses bags of milk. And America says, bags are for gas. And
Oh, the gas crisis.
Vermin Supreme, who will always be my president. He posted this. It's a picture of one person pumping gasoline into a plastic bag, shopping bag that another person is holding. This is a real thing that happened in the United States this week. And Vermin Supreme added the words, "become ungovernable."
By the way, I hate to intrude, but did anyone see the whole Tumblr post where someone did the math on the guy who had like the giant gas barrels in the back of his truck and was like, based upon the weight and volume of this, they should be this, and they will weigh this much, and his truck has an average load capacity of this. So guess what? Even if his truck manages to make it home, which it probably won't without destroying the suspension, gas has a half-life of this much, which means that he would have to drive over, and it was like 1,500 miles a day.
Oh, God.
To use up the gas that he had purchased. And I'm just like, yes. Like,
Yeah,
this isn't
we already
toilet
knew that guy
paper,
was dumb,
you
though.
cucks. Like,
So ridiculous.
thank you, Math
Picture
Tumblr.
of Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is sitting at a table. He's got a little hat on, and he's got a little napkin tied around his neck.
Aw.
And there's a bowl or jar of honey that says, "Here, honey," or "Hero, honey."
Hero, honey, I was about to say, what?
And at the top it says, "Reminder that Winnie the Pooh wore a crop top with no panties and ate his favorite food and loved himself, and you can too."
Words to live by.
God, my evening.
This isn't so much funny as it is just like alarming. It's a picture of the ocean and all this plastic floating in the ocean. It's awful. And it says, "There's a garbage patch in the Atlantic Ocean that is so big it's visible on a map. For more information, search for United Kingdom."
Damn!
Oh.
I was half expecting that to be about, like, for more information, search my ex, honestly.
Fucking Euro trash. This is from Dumb Juice, based in Australia, and they're retweeting at Aisha SK Han. That's all I'm gonna do. And it just says, "I hate citations. Why can't you just trust me?" This is so pouty. I love it. All right, this will be my last one this round.
Post that one on the Facebook group. I love that. I'm gonna use it.
I will. This one I ripped from George's page because George said he couldn't be here because he had Dungeons and
I'm
Dragons.
so glad you did it, because if you didn't, I would have.
Whoa! You
And
were bordering on besmirching the name of our Lord and Savior George Jesus H. Cruikshank.
Who was? I don't blaspheme. First
All right.
of all.
All right.
So Bobby Corbett said downtown Champaign is not a personality trait, and George replied with, "Oh, that's where I fucked up."
So I felt
Very
so
local
called
joke.
out by that like post, because I was like, all I did for a while was go drink in downtown Champaign and do comedy in downtown Champaign, eat in downtown Champaign. Sometimes
It's
sleep
why
in
we know
downtown
each other.
Champaign, like
Yeah, that's We're all attacked in that one.
Yeah. I'm good with it.
All right, Chelsea, what you got for your first round pick?
Chelsea!
Okay, so
Hey,
looking at my first meme, I'm gonna share the screen. Yes, share. And I'm gonna scoot this over yonder. And I kind of went into the recesses of my brain and realized that my first meme is probably something that I've seen on the show before. But so it's
remember.
it's a it's a tweet from Chris Illuminati, and it says, "Power outages are just life's little way of testing to see if you know how to reset all the clocks in your house." And I don't. My microwave is a fucking mystery. Like, I don't know how to fucking set that clock. And when George bought it, he put it on military time, so now I'm really fucked. So
Does anyone else just let the clock in their car live its life, and it doesn't matter where it is, and it's just like when it's like daylight savings time, you're just like, oh no, I'm late. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Am I?
Dudes, I set all of them off by a couple minutes before, a couple minutes ahead, and I don't make any effort to memorize what the difference is, so I am just constantly stuck out of time.
You are chaotic neutral as fuck.
Nobody knows what fucking time it is.
I just look at my phone. It's like a timepiece, you know, and that's what I feel like is so Victorian about our times today. Is like, you know how people used to pick up their pocket watch, like that's, you know, we're just like, oh dear.
My goodness, Jenkins, it seems it is time for my ass bath. Please prepare the enema.
Oh my god.
What?
All right, Chels, give him some more meat. Come on.
All right, here we go. Shit.
Sorry,
Oh wait. Oh, I'm fucking up. Okay. No.
Oh yay!
Oh, I'm gonna get to that one, but here was this one. Okay, so it's, I don't know if this is Tumblr or
this is Tumblr.
Okay.
No, this is Reddit.
It's Tumblr.
No, it is Tumblr. Okay.
Okay, on Tumblr, other window says, tooth fairies are a smaller and friendlier subspecies of the larger and much more hostile bone fairies. And then, and then someone replied, "Thank you for this bespoke nightmare." and then the last reply is, "Bro, forget how much money. Forget that. How much money do I get for a femur under my pillow?"
Oh my god!
I like, by the way, it says a femur and not my femur. Like,
just anybody's femur will do. I will find.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna go.
Chelsea batting it out of the park in her first time at bat.
Thank you. I'm super nervous. Anyway, third meme. So this is a variation of the dog meme where the dog doesn't want to give you the Frisbee. It's a 3-panel comic. And first it says, "I feel unproductive." And it's a dog with a Frisbee in its mouth. And then it's a person going to grab the Frisbee from the dog. "Okay, let's get some things done." And the dog says, "No productivity. Will not give up the Frisbee. Only guilt."
Only guilt!
Did you mean the Catholic religion?
Dude, I felt this one deep.
Me, I'm having a mental health day where I don't do much. Me, how can I not do much but be like more productive while I don't do anything?
Mm-hmm. You have to just run the laundry. Just run the laundry and then watch horrible trash.
Dude, I have 2 sinks in the kitchen, and if I can get one of those like clear.
Oh, and just at least one.
Just one.
Just one. It's fine.
Maybe.
Thank God my
the
husband has
fucking
more
win.
productivity than I do. Otherwise, we wouldn't have wine glasses.
Everything except the Tupperware. I hate doing the Tupperware.
Tupperware sucks.
It's fucking slimy.
Okay. So last one for this round. It's a tweet by @heartproblems, spelled HART problems. It says, "That's right. Buy all of Cumcoin and dump all my fart bucks into Booba." And it's a picture of Patrick Bateman.
Wait, fart bucks into Booba.
I don't know what the fuck Booba is supposed to be making fun of, or if that's actually like.
Dude, it all started going
investment
downhill with
app or-
fucking Yahoo. As soon as Yahoo started it, I will always hate them.
Oh my god, this
Gotta
was.
invest in Cumcoin though.
I
Come
would
on.
invest in Cumcoin. That sounds like almost an OnlyFans currency. That's like you earned Cumcoin, like,
Ew.
and that you can use to invest in stocks. Like I
Who
would.
said ooh?
Me.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is
Like-
gross.
it's like,
You know, but all
Right.
hey, all
imagine
money's
the smell?
gross.
Can you imagine
Oh.
the smell though of cum on pennies?
Oh no! I get it
worked at a
now.
bank.
Now I see why it's gross.
I don't
and
think I have to
hate it.
wonder.
Oh my god! It's like, oh, it's
I'm
salty
going.
and.
Oh my God, your mind can combine those two tastes, or you've had it, Matt Brown.
Oh my god! It's Eric's turn.
Moving
Oh
on.
my
Moving
Jesus.
on. In the spirit of I don't fucking care.
Wow,
So,
you called me out right there though.
Hey, so this was a conversation. Therapist, you often use humor to deflect serious trauma. Me, thank you. Therapist, I didn't say that was a good thing. Me, what I'm hearing is you think I'm funny.
I hate that
This
I've
is
gotten
real.
that from my therapist before, and now I do stand up. So
Yeah, right.
it's going great.
So got a lot of bit of traction with this one. It comes up in my memories, and I repost it over and over again. This is how to fact check like a pro. You should check the credentials of who's writing what you're looking at. You should look for bias. You should think about, is there an advantage to that particular point of view? You should check the sources. You should definitely see if the article cites the sources that are used in its article. Check the dates. If the article doesn't have a date on it, go get another fucking article. It's the internet, for Christ's sakes. And judge hard. Like right now, if you're waiting for a punchline, there isn't one. You're just supposed to use your brain when you're on the internet. Thank you. Anyway, that one always gets a lot
Matt
of
left.
likes every year.
Matt straight up left.
Oh, sorry. I ran out of wine and Eric was ranting, so I figured it was a good time. My bad.
It was a good rant. It's a good rant. Look, so one of the general things that's been going on lately is the no one wants to work, and this one really touched me this week. This is from the feminist next door at EMRAZZ. Hello, I'd like to hire you to paint my house. Sounds great. I'd charge $15 an hour for my work plus the cost of the paint. I have $2. That's not even enough to buy paint. Wow, so lazy. I guess no one wants to paint houses anymore.
Thank you for sharing that because I almost did actually.
What? Paint your
And
house?
no, I don't paint houses. But it's one of those things where like I found a place in town where like I get paid significantly more to do the same thing I was doing. And they educate me better and they make sure I'm worth their money. And like, they're like, oh, we're going to like send you off to get some licensing and stuff. And I'm like, it's not an issue of workforce labor. It's an issue of what you're willing to pay the workforce for their labor. And when you sit here and you say that you're going to pay them $8.50 an hour with minimal ability to like promote and gain more, and you're going to be working harder than I ever do in a God-given day, making like, almost $20 an hour. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. I'm reading this book, and in it, the government gives everybody PDR checks. Everybody gets PDR checks. It's like UBI here, but PDR stands for Please Don't Riot. I think we could use some PDR checks. Moving on. This one was really great. And a buddy of mine, he posted this one. Let's have some fun without revealing your age. Say something that a young person wouldn't understand. And guys, I've seen this thread like 14 million times. And it's typical stuff about, rotary phones and VHS.
Bob Barker used to tell me not to spay or neuter my pets when I stayed home sick from school.
Yeah. Be kind, rewind, bunch of stuff like that. But one of them occurred to me, and since y'all are like, young enough to be my kids,
I am not.
this is the phrase that I thought would be most confusing. The smoking section at McDonald's.
Oh God.
I
Used to
forgot
go
that
up
was
the
a
counter.
thing.
You should go up to the counter and say, "Can I get an ashtray?" And they just give you a McDonald's branded little gold ashtray.
Oh my god, I forgot
Amazing.
about that. I thought you were gonna say the smoking section at Mary Ann's and make it very downtown Champagne-ish, but this is even better.
Dude, I had to explain it to my kid because I was like, I want to see how confusing it really is. I said smoking section of a restaurant. And she goes, "What's that like?" And I said, imagine if at the pool they had like a non-peeing section.
I love you,
And
Eric. Oh god.
last but not least, we have Baby Yoda here, and it says, "Would you slap a coworker for $25,000?" Me, Baby Yoda. It's not about the money.
Oh, it's about the
His name is
joy.
Grogu.
Yeah.
Moving on to Matt Brown.
Spoilers. Anyway,
been a
so
year.
we're talking about like some like the CDC making bad choices about allowing people to not wear their mask. I'm an optician. I work in a medical facility, and we pretty much have said suck my dick about that. And it's from Slate on Twitter at please be Jenny, I don't good nice, please be good nice. Me fully vaccinated, and it's a 2-panel comic from from Bilbo in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, but instead of holding the ring, he's holding a mask. And he looks over it and says, "After all, why not? Why shouldn't I keep it?" And that's how I fucking feel about it, because I'm like, you'll pry my mask out of my cold, dead fucking hands at this point. My next one is about the Gasolina, and it is a panel from Mean Girls, the cult classic film that starred Lindsay Lohan. It is Regina George looking at Lindsay Lohan's character, and she's like, "Toilet paper was so last year. We're filling bags with gasoline now." I love Mean Girls. That's another thing you can pry from my cold dead hands. It's almost Gay Pride Month, aka my birth month, next month. And I fucking love this panel, and I've seen it before. And it is like a canyon setting, and with roads that go around like several mountains, and every mountain is like ringed with a rainbow, and you can tell that it's like the path of the truck. And the person that and like the picture for it is like like a semi truck, but it has a giant ass rainbow behind it that follows the entire pathing, and someone named Homo Militant, which that's fucking great, by the way. It says, "If you say anything homophobic in June, this truck comes out of nowhere and crushes you like that Bush crushed Regina George." And then someone else comments and says, "It's Optimus Pride." And I really fucking love that. Like, way to do your branding. I loved this one because I love anytime that someone uses a wrong word when they're trying to find another one. And this person who is named Frogs, Frawgs, says, "Apparently Vicks Vapor Rub goes extinct. I've been using the same Vapor Rub for years, and apparently it went bad in the 2010s." And they commented back again and said, "Expired." And then someone commented a picture, which is a very famous picture of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a Triceratops staring as a meteor is about to crash upon the Earth. But then they just peppered in a bunch of Vicks Vapor Rub bottles that are also about to go extinct from the meteor hitting the planet.
I love the dinosaur.
This one is from my non-binary friends, non-binary, whatever you like to go for, and it is 2 panels from the 3rd Star Wars prequel, and one of them is Anakin Skywalker with his back turned towards Obi-Wan. He says, "If you're not a boy, then you are a girl." And it's Obi-Wan standing up to him proudly with the sun shining through the clouds, saying, "Only a cis deals in absolutes."
Assist. That's awesome.
I found that one and I was like, yeah, there it is. I loved that one. This one made me very, very happy, by the way. So this is a 2-panel comic. The top panel is a very nice looking gentleman with some glasses, a beard, and some stylish hair asking his lady friend that just says, "Are you sure you want to join us for dinner?" And she's joined him. She has a very nice kind of like A-line cut dress, tasteful cleavage, and says, thanks, but I have a meatball sub waiting for me at home. And then the second panel is a man who is roughly meatball shaped, slightly hairy, with a gimp mask on with a zipper over the mouth. So that is her meatball sub, which I found that to be very, very good wordplay. So judge me if you will. It's fine. And then the last one I have, it's a panel. It's a 3-comic panel for one of my favorite shows, New Girl. And it is Zoe Deschanel just looking awesome in this like nice floral dress. And in the 3 panels, she's like, son of a bit, penis. That wasn't better. And then Joshua What says me whenever I try not to swear. And I felt that, and I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and it's really unfortunate when I meet them sometimes because they apparently view me as like the weird rainbow vodka aunt because they don't see me very often. So I'll just like show up and be like, oh my God, how is school? How is this? How is that? Blah, blah. There's one of them right there. And like, I'll just be like, oh my God, blah, blah. Don't let them bully you. If they're bullying you, all that you have to do is like do this and plant a bunch of drugs in their locker and then make up stories that you slept with their boyfriend. And then I run away with a trail of Xanax behind me and everything's fine.
You sound great.
I'm a fantastic vodka aunt. Are you kidding me? Autumn, go ahead.
Okay.
Looking
Share.
so forward to this PowerPoint presentation. You're so much more professional than we are.
From current slide. Okay.
Oh my God.
So nobody says anything, and grandmas on Facebook still flex with their window frames on their profile picture of a very close-up picture of their face, and they look like Attack on Titan. If you guys have ever seen that anime. She looks like she's about to like reach in there and just grab me.
Come say hi to Grandma. No, it's the Grandma Titan.
Yeah. Grandma Titan is a nightmare. Here is a very specific meme because the last time I was on here, George was talking about how he liked very niche memes. And so here's a meme from a deactivated Tumblr account that says, when your aunt that's a doctor on your mama's side comes to the hood and sees the weed man trying to holler at her from the 3rd floor. And and it's a very professional looking lady. I think that she's in what's that fucking Empire. Cookie? Is that Cookie from Empire?
No.
I haven't seen Empire, but based on like I've seen some of the like grabs from it.
No,
for,
that's
like,
fucking.
screenplays and stuff.
I don't know. She looks like she's in a movie, and then it also says memes are now meant to reach an audience of 3 people max. But I did feel this because like I do have a very professional aunt on my mom's side, but my mom is not a professional. So, but this would be at the trailer park. Here
Jesus Christ.
Here is a familiar face. But mom says, why don't you go out and play with the neighbor's kid? And the neighbor's kid looks like he's definitely in the body of an 8-year-old boy. But his face is that of he looks like a horrible gremlin.
He got that reverse Benjamin Button disease.
Yeah, he looks like his teeth are pointy. The picture is a little blurry, but you can definitely count like at least 10 teeth up in the front row. And his ears are pointing outward like an elf. And he's holding, I mean, this is probably the most important part. He is holding a machete that is half of the size of his body. And he's wearing a cowboy hat and a flannel shirt. So it's just...
Yeah, I want to hang out with that kid.
You know what I noticed too, though? He's giving us a subtle doink with his left hand, right hand facing us. If you look at it,
okay,
the subtlest, like, oh, did you look at it?
Yeah, and then he's gonna stab you.
He's like, oh, you were looking down here.
Yeah, exactly, because that's how he plays. You can tell that's how he plays. And then for now, this will be my last meme. Somewhere there's a woman and a horse running free because its saddle is hung up right next to her bra. And I just have like some horse girls that I follow, and like I just really want to like be in that world sometimes when I see memes like this. Like, can you imagine?
I am a horse girl, sadly.
Yeah.
I have 2 horses.
Yeah.
I am almost a licensed riding instructor, not for men, but for horses. Not that way either. But I saw a very awesome meme that related to this, and thank you, because it was like talking about how horse girls are going to rule the world when the apocalypse hits, because they'll be like, oh, they don't talk about the bond that like horse girls have to their horses, and like, oh, like boys are cowboys, and like, no, there's like a 50-to-1 ratio of horse girls to cowboys right now, and it's just gonna be like Jessica, Brittany, and Susan like charging out on their pure thoroughbred quarter horses, just taking the town by storm. And I'm like, I cannot wait for this, and I look forward to it. Thank you.
You're right. I went to a small town high school, and there's so many horse women, I should say. There's so many women who are retired and have fucking horses, and like probably worked at Caterpillar. You know?
Did you have a drive your tractor to school day? I'm just trying to find a consensus for this.
Yeah. There was like a FFA kind of thing. Yeah.
We had someone drove a combine to school one day, and the school was like, you can't do that. And he's like, it's a tractor. And it also had a gun in it. So whatever, I guess. Welcome to small town Illinois.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So that's all I got for now, because I think I only have a few left, and I don't want to.
Yeah. No, that was a good round. Thank you.
Yeah. Michael's up.
This is Squeezy for real on
Is that
Instagram.
Vanilla Ice?
No, it's Squeezy for real.
Squeezy for real.
Yeah. And at first I just thought this is just kind of his like persona. He always like acts like he's really hard or really cool, and then he's always doing just really goofy shit. And at first I was like, haha, Squeezy is posing in front of an old Blockbuster store. And then the closer you look, you realize he's wearing a Blockbuster trucker's hat, a Blockbuster shirt, and Blockbuster sweats, man. This guy went full Blockbuster. That's all there is to this. It's just Squeezy. I highly recommend you follow him.
What's the newest release? I'm very curious.
This is a 2-panel comic, and it's the top is a picture of a guy standing in front of 4 hostages who are all bound and gagged, and the guy, the masked, person who is standing in front of the hostages is labeled millennials. Each hostage is labeled TGI Fridays. One is Applebee's, one is Chili's, and the last is Denny's. And the millennial says, unless the government meets our demands of universal health care and tuition-free college, one of you is next. And the bottom picture is Nick Offerman screaming, and it's labeled boomers. Just, they fucking love those piece of shit restaurants, man.
They really do.
Fast
None of those places are that great.
I want my shitty Chili's nachos.
Maybe they complain all the time because they go to terrible fucking restaurants. I don't know. This is from Mara Quint at Behind Your Back. She says, my kids said being a grown-up must be awesome because you can eat junk food and no one makes you get up in the morning and you don't have to take showers if you don't want to. And I didn't want to ruin it for them by explaining that they're describing depression.
Oh, holy shit. That's such a good one. I hate it, but it's so good.
It's weird, man. Like, I was like, holy shit. Like, all I really wanted to be when I was a kid was just a grown-up depressed person. And maybe I should just be gentle with myself when I feel this way. There's my little PSA.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
This is this little Nashville humor coming at you today from Anika at ANS_T_N. Just checked the CDC website, and it said even if you're fully vaccinated, you still shouldn't ride party buses while downtown Nashville. Oh. And the r/Nashville said, no, really. They said you should never do that again. And I know most of you aren't from Nashville. Jack sent me this, I think. You don't understand the pain of these horrible, horrible party buses. And they are filled with the worst people.
I have to stop you for a second because the downtown
Oh.
Champaign folk do know, because there are two competitive party bus assholes, and
I
the worst
fucking
part,
hate those.
they are paddle buses.
They're
They
the
have to
fucking-
supply
no.
their own liquor. They have to like do like the paddle boat thing that have motors, and if you're not paddling enough, you have to pay for the gas. You have to pay for your own liquor. You have to pay for the gas.
Matt, you seem to know a lot about these. Do they hire the woman on every one of those who screams out "Woo!" every like 2 minutes?
No, that has to
You
be a
don't gotta pay for that.
volunteer. Well, actually, no,
You
she
don't gotta
has to
pay
be
for that.
paid. Like
I was
that
a-
has
no,
to be
I was
paid
a
because
bartender for
considering
10
every
years.
2 minutes there's someone who's just like, "Woo, you want me to take my hat
That-
off, little boy?" And like just like
Nope.
starts to like take it off.
First-
and I'm like,
No.
no.
I mean, the first couple of times I saw it, but I mean, I was like, it's every single one. It's every one.
Yeah, Eric, you know what you're looking at there? You're looking at tequila and the person who organized the party, who is most invested in this going well. Like
Right.
that's always who that person is.
Like that is Susan. She organized this on the group Facebook, and she's trying really hard to make it a success. She paid for most of the liquor. The coworker Dan that she wants to fuck is very uninterested in her right now, so she just has to make it a good time.
Every single time. That's exactly who it is.
It's all
This is from Chicano Marine at King's Rush. And the tweet is above pictures. One is Joel Osteen. One is Benny Hinn. I think two of these are Benny Hinn. I always forget this last televangelist name, but he's one of the worst ones. I just can't think of his name.
Oh yeah, the one that looks like he literally takes children's souls in the night. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, he does.
that guy.
What is this guy's name?
He was the hot.
Anyway, he sucks.
Yeah, mess.
So
He's a
Tim
less
LaHaye,
hot
maybe? Is this a
Goblin
LaHaye?
King.
Anyway, and at King's Rush says, I'm just wondering why none of these televangelists have been showing up at hospitals and performing miracles on all these coronavirus patients.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, come on. Where are they at? Where are you at now? If it can work in your huge 15,000 member church, then why can't it work in the hospital? Or is it all a fucking scam? I mean, I'm not, look, I'm not trying to say God doesn't move. I am trying to say these people who are profiting off this bullshit are absolutely snake oil salesmen, charlatans, and they give every religion a bad name. This is my last one for the
Kenneth Copeland, televangelist.
Kenneth Copeland. Yes.
There it is.
Tim LaHaye is the author who wrote Left Behind.
He is especially awful. Yes.
They are really, really terrible. Benny Hinn just recently came out and said that he is against the prosperity gospel. What he didn't say was that he's going to give back the 3 fucking jets that he bought by selling the prosperity gospel all over the country and all over the world for the last 20 fucking years, decimating Christianity, as if
So
Christianity needed any help being decimated. Jesus.
That
So
shit pisses me off.
Sidney
Hey,
Beer.
by the way, Chelsea, when you need help prying Michael off of his rant, I'm there for you because you're next.
We can just
He's
mute
fine.
him also, by the way.
Said, my body just asked for water and I gave it a mini donut because nobody tells me what to do.
Anyway, does anyone else
I'm
work
here
in
for
the
that.
service industry, and like anytime someone's like, have a good day, and you're like, don't tell me what to do.
You gonna give me a new job?
My body, my choice.
I'll have a bad day if I want to. Suck dicks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Chelsea.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, Chelsea, yeah.
Okay. So,
Sorry,
well,
Mike
this
had
is
to
kind of
water
related
down.
to that. This is kind of related to that because it's it has to do with sweets. So this is an image of a pile of Nerds candy, which is my favorite candy, by the way. And the caption above it says, "I like eating Nerds because I'm secretly hungry for aquarium gravel, and this takes the edge off."
God, I love that meme, by
That's
the way.
awesome.
Forbidden.
And when I saw this, I had never put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, "Shit!"
Like every time like you walk by an aquarium, are you like, yeah.
Just salivating. So my next one, there's really no text to describe. Well, I guess there is, but so this is an image of a a machine that you punch into work. It's got like a digital screen and everything. And there's a few options on it. One of them is view time card online. And the other option is punch, like to punch in and out of work. And there's a huge fucking crack in the screen as if someone had punched it for real.
By the way, I love that this is from a Hy-Vee, and it was so
Yes.
recently too. Like it was just on the 3rd of May. Like
Yeah.
Chronos, you know.
fuck
Like-
Chronos,
Oh,
by the
no.
way. What a shit system. I've worked with it for so long. It's such a nightmare.
Chronos
worst.
sees all.
Except when you
Like-
fucking punch in, like
Punch in.
Like who hasn't wanted to literally punch the time clock?
you're my new favorite, Autumn. Good job. I love you.
Spot on.
All right, so this next one. This is a parody. This is a parody image of the yellow
The Gadsden
snake-
flag.
Yeah, the snake fucking flag that is like, oh, don't tread on me. But instead of that, it is a cast iron skillet and it says, don't put soap on me.
Also, please don't.
But here's the great thing, and this will come up in my next image. So this image was very controversial on my timeline because I have a screen grab of people arguing about whether or not to put soap on cast iron.
This literally.
Oh my
this
god,
happened to
someone put
me-
a paragraph. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
this happened to me in real life. I had somebody in real life and I got heated about it because I was like, no, you can't put fucking soap on a cast iron skillet. You can't do it. And he was just
No.
like, no, that's a misconception.
Like
Just like
mineral
milk.
oil, bro. Like every now and again. Like
Just like boil it on your stove.
All right, let's not relitigate 2020.
I'm
So what I basically had to do is get into the comment section and like, you know, referee this shit. I was like, okay, y'all, let's chill out. And then I posted the gif of where it's like two guys wrestling and the ref is like sliding on his shoulders across the mat, which is the funniest ref gif I've ever seen.
It's because
So,
they're chefs, right? Like all chefs are
Oh wait,
saying.
no.
Oh,
I'm
I
saving
love
that
that
one.
fact.
I'm sorry. I gotta
Woo!
save that one. I gotta save it. But that's
Chelsea
my last one
just
for this
mooned
round.
us. Are you serious? Okay, so it's me then.
You have to wait for the mooning.
I'm really
I just
really
saw something
excited.
thick.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
good one.
jumping on it. Jumping on it.
Wait, I gotta stop sharing.
No, I can just take
Okay.
over.
Oh,
So,
great.
This is a really pretty one. I love these. I don't know. I've seen quite a few of these. These are just text, but they're written out in the balloon letters. And this is in a gorgeous looking balloon letters. Apparently written, also signed in balloon letters by Brandon L. Bradford and shared by For the Greater Glory of Science. It says, it's easy to make everything a conspiracy when you don't know how anything works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll save that
Oh,
one in
shit.
the group. I'll post that one on the
Thank you.
Facebook page. For
I would like that. Thank you.
greater
You're
fan
just
engagement. Hey, speaking of conspiracy theories, this was a really interesting week. I saw a lot of my like Politico friends discussing how apparently John Oliver on HBO has done a full-throated criticism of Israel. And they texted it as the dam has a slight crack in it. So anyway, in that conspiracy comedy thing, this is basically a two-panel and the top half.
Sorry.
The woman is labeled with the Israeli flag, and she says, "I have done nothing wrong ever in my life." And below the counter panel is Henry Winkler, who's labeled as the United States of America, and it says, "I know this, and I love you."
Counterpoint to your counterpoint. This is from a scene in Parks and Recreation, in
Mhm.
case you didn't know.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Just so that way, because sorry, this is like my favorite show, and it's like my go-to when I feel sad. So I know the scene very well.
Excellent. You're gonna have to point it out to me later. And
Oh, I will.
moving on. Major spoiler ahead is the caption, and there's a picture of a military man. He's got a beret. I believe the patch on his sleeve says Airborne. He's got lots of stripes and medals, and his name tag is Major Spoiler. Anyway.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew a sergeant named Major. So his name was a different
Major?
rank. Yeah, his name was Sergeant Major, but he was just a sergeant. And Sergeant Major's.
Wait. This is a Gilbert and Sullivan song.
It's real, dude. I knew this guy.
All right. Almost done. This one I posted. This is from Matt Skywalker with a badass Star Wars Rebel logo. And you can find him at @Jedi_adopted. He said, just food for thought. If you went back the same amount of time from today as Marty did from 1985 to 1955, you'd be going back to 1991.
Fuck off. I hate this now.
And yeah, pretty much what Matt Brown said. And and Autumn's nodding along. And Jamie Norton, stop reminding me of my age. But I think friend of the show really brought it home because he got the most engagement on his comment, which was, I think you should shut the fuck up.
I fucking love Michael Matthews, by the way. He's so great. Oh God, is it me again?
It is back to Matt Brown.
Oh no. I put it on the right picture. All right, there we go. So my first meme is a screen cap from Jane Lynch when she was on Glee. Fucking love Jane Lynch anyway.
Love Jane Lynch on Glee.
The quote around the border is my parents in the 90s. And this is a quote from her when she's talking about how she's going to make a better like Glee club. And it says, I'm going to create a baby that is so mentally ill that it was labeled my parents in the 90s. I only had parent, but man, she did a great job. She did enough mental illness for two. The next one is when you ask a dude what his hobbies include, and it's a frame of what looks like a store, but the only legible stuff that you can make out from the store is Gaslight and Coke. And that feels like a lot of dudes' hobbies. Unfortunately, men do better. This is your PSA, or I'll find you. Next up, this is still from Lilo and Stitch, the very, very, very lovable classic movie. And it's when Lilo is punching the shit out of that little ginger bitch with the glasses. And she's punching the shit out of her, but above it, it has the label of Hawaiian Punch. And I really just enjoyed that. Because I was like, yes, get her, Lilo, get her. This one is a 2-panel comic from the Hello Kitty animated cartoon. And the first panel is Hello Kitty holding an obviously empty bottle of something labeled orange juice. And she says, clear orange juice. And then the next panel, she apparently puts it back on a table instead of like throwing it in the trash and says, oh, it's empty. And then Jack Anthony Fernandez commented, her stupid ass. Because that's fucking fair. What do you mean you thought it was? This is not Pepsi Crystal. Hello Kitty. This is obviously an empty bottle of orange juice. And my last one was from Ayn Randy at It's Andy Ryan. And it's me. I got bitten on my walk by a Great Dane. Her. My God. Imagine if it had been a small child. Me. I could have fought off a small child, Alice. And I hope to everyone who's listening that you could fight off a small child, but if you couldn't, pepper spray is always an option.
You should totally share that one on the page too. That's fucking great.
I will do so.
I think we should create little frames too for like classic, because that's evergreen. I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
Production meeting afterwards, or no.
Okay, production meeting afterwards. I got it.
No, I'm kidding. Drinking and nothing serious afterwards.
Okay.
We still do both.
Oh God, it's so professional. Jesus.
I know, it's
I'm
so
trying.
clean.
I'm trying. Okay. Oh my God.
Oh my God. We gave her too much credit.
Oh my God. No, you're.
Damn you, PowerPoint.
Okay.
This is why I don't learn anything.
We'll take it out in post. Take it out in post.
All right. Here's a Ted Cruz. Like 2 pictures of him 4 years ago when he was looking like the spider from Miss Sunnyvale's Happy Pumpkin Patch or whatever that weirdo Sprout TV show was. And then in the other panel, he looks kind of like Fidel Castro. And the caption from Heath Mayo says it's too little observed how Ted Cruz literally changed everything about himself when MAGA hit. In just 4 years, he didn't just ditch his constitutional conservatism, he changed his entire physical appearance and style from Princeton debate champion to Duck Dynasty man. And Duck Dynasty man, I don't know if I'm getting exact Duck Dynasty man vibes from this guy. He looks very dirty, at least.
No,
on
that's
the
just,
right side.
no, that's just Ted Cruz in a Cuba hat, I'm pretty sure.
That's just Ted Cruz.
Like he's just like his own brand of horrible. And my grandparents loved Duck Dynasty, so I guess it makes sense. This is one of my favorites. It's a her and me, and her, she says, "Boy, you can't handle this." And it's a peach emoji and a laughing, crying, smiley face, which we can assume to mean pussy. And then he is actually James from in the Giant Peach. And
Well done.
I love this guy. He reminds me of my boyfriend because he's a little ginger cutie as well. And I know. And
You want the Giant Peach?
I'm so happy for your giant. I'm so happy for your peach.
It is nice. It is nice. And this is my final meme of the day, you guys. It is a very fat cat in a harness, and it's very fashionable. It's very vogue the way this cat is modeling. He has a little harness on, his bright orange, and it says "No dogs," which I would wear this. I would wear it. And the caption reads, "When you fall asleep in a tank top and wake up with your titties out," because on either side of the harness there are bulges of flesh. There are bulges of flesh, which definitely look like little titties.
Oh my God, I learned something today.
It's a struggle.
Yeah,
I love that.
It is a struggle.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I got for you guys today.
Yay.
Woo!
Great
Mr.
showing, by the
Lebuhn.
way.
Oh man, Onyx, boom.
So this was huge. In France, protesters surrounded immigration truck and laid in front of it, wouldn't let it move, and they held it there for 8 hours. And finally, their immigration got so frustrated they opened the back doors and just let the people go who they were trying to deport. And some anti-fascist fucking rock star, he's got a mask on, he's got a cut, what do you call a cut? A denim like vest. He's wearing a shirt that says anti-racist something, and he's got a patch that says "No one is illegal," and he's raising his right fist in the air, and it says, "This guy was lying under the immigration van for 8 hours today, so it couldn't move."
That is
And
brilliant.
fucking beautiful.
Amazing.
That's how you use your citizenship in radical solidarity, man. I don't know this person's name. I
My
don't wanna
white
know his name
homosexual
because
ass will
he'll
just
be in
fling
danger,
myself
but-
places. Just tell me where to go.
Is this guy doing stand-up anywhere?
This guy is the opposite of that guy I just showed you. This is a picture of, we'll get to the picture. So it's a man and a woman standing against a wall, and then his words are superimposed on the wall, and it says, "Ultimately, God created you, and it is his penis. You are simply borrowing it for a while. Knowing that his penis would need a home, God created a woman to be your wife. And when you marry her and you look down, you will notice that your wife is shaped differently than you and makes a very nice home." And pictured, it says underneath this man and woman, it says, "Pastor Mark Driscoll and his wife Grace, also known as his penis home."
So, I have way too much for this. One, does that mean my penis is homeless? Two,
It's just,
what?
I feel like I had a
Oh.
stroke. I feel like I just had a
Three, he looks like the biggest bottom I've ever seen in my entire life. His wife isn't the
1000%.
penis home, he's the penis home.
so the other thing about this is, like, First of all, this is incredibly dehumanizing. I mean, this is fucking trash theology. But this man did not just like say this drunk at a bar. He wrote this down and then said it publicly as though he were saying something important. And it is the dumbest shit.
Michael, do you think he made this meme?
No, I don't think he made this meme. I think he said that shit. And then somebody made this meme to honor him.
Yeah, please move on before we get too stuck.
At Mr. Sean Sullivan. He says, when you've got statistics this vague, you got to buy a billboard. And the picture is a huge billboard with a picture of a tiger. And it says, most OA students don't vape regularly. Asterisk, in the past 30 days.
This is like Easton, Wings of Hope.
Dude, it just keeps getting smaller, though. What's the final?
Why is there a tiger?
My favorite is most. I don't know.
And why does it look so predatory, by the way? Like, if I vape, is a tiger going to kill me? That's how I'd like to go out, though, honestly.
You would think with a name like Wings of Hope, they would pick something with wings. I don't know. Off the top of my head. Whatever.
Right, maybe pick a fake fucking, like, animal with your fake-ass religion.
Well, yeah, you can't use butterflies. They vape all the time.
I shouldn't
this
say
is
that.
From at Stayed Indoors, STAID, at Stayed Indoors. Weird that there are people out there still using Facebook, wishing happy birthday to the people they went to high school with every year ad infinitum. Like, that isn't the perfect description of what Facebook is. I honestly don't know.
I said I refused to go to my any high school reunion until I had a hot husband, and now I do, so I'm going to the next one in case anyone else wants to join me.
I love crashing reunions.
You're
this
invited.
Is my last meme. My last meme of the night, and then I got to bolt because it's bedtime for my daughter. This is from Trav at TRAHVV. It's a single picture. It's a picture of Equate antacid tablets. And next to that is a picture of an ant. And the ant is saying, fuck, dude, I'm tripping balls.
So mad.
Oh my God, you are a dad.
This got 190,000 likes on Twitter.
Of course it did. Jesus Christ.
It's a lot of dads. That's a lot of dads.
I'm still listening, but I'm gonna get some more wine for this next part. Jesus fuck.
Oh man, brilliant. All right, everybody.
Great show. Thanks for everything. Love you, George.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. So how many more rounds are we doing? Because I got like.
Oh, that's the last one. Dump your.
This is
load,
all.
baby.
This is gravy. This is whatever.
Shit.
Don't worry about
Okay.
it. Usually
All
at this point, if we were like had a structure and a run of show, and I was a good producer and I'd talked to you ahead of time, I would have said, yeah, in the last part, we like to do the post with the most, usually just whatever got the most things. Like, you know, I think Michael sort of did a nod to that with his 290 billion likes on Twitter or whatever.
I never do that.
I put my favorites at the end of my list, so I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Sorry. All right. So this is the one that you were all so excited about, the one that I accidentally showed you before. And so this is a statue. I'm not quite sure where it is, but it's a statue of a man. He's holding a sword. He's got like a draped cloth over his other arm. And basically this guy has a dump truck ass.
Yes.
Like the biggest ass you've ever seen in your entire life.
In stone.
And in stone. It's gorgeous.
It's basically how Matt was describing his husband's ass to me earlier.
No, and like it's very accurate.
Here's the weirdest thing too, man. I'm a straight man and I want to touch that ass. I don't.
I told you, straight men want to touch my husband's butt. It's so weird.
So the statue is enough.
Is your husband's butt hard like stone?
No, and it shouldn't be.
Just this dick.
So the statue on its own is wonderful, but there's also a caption that says, "Ain't no way in hell that Perseus snuck up on Medusa with them things clapping."
That's one of those things that makes me fucking sick to hear.
I'll have to send you the Edgar Allan Poe version of someone with an acetone clapping down upon my chamber doors.
All right, next one. This one I sent to George the other day, and it says, "Me making out with girlfriend on the couch. Her, you want to take this to the bedroom? Me, all right, I'll grab this end and you get the other." And then it's a couple lifting a fucking couch.
I love that, especially if it's a pull-out couch. You with me?
I love you, Matt.
Mwah.
So another, gas crisis related meme. It's the now famous photo of these, I'm assuming, Midwestern couple in their late 50s putting gallons and gallons and gallons of gas into their what looks like a Subaru Outback. I don't know. And it says, "Panic at the Sitco."
I fucking love this because he's like, "Sharon, make sure you stack them right." And he's like, "Well, I'm trying, Henry. Maybe you could put them into the Subaru." And he's like, "No, Sharon, I got to make sure that they reach the right height of the volume before we attempt to place them in the Subaru."
Wouldn't it be funny if electric cars took over faster than they could burn that gas?
All right. So I think
get
this
so
might be my last one because this was one of my absolute favorites. I'm going to try so hard to describe this correctly. So it's a tweet from Monkey Pie Quinn. I believe that's how that's pronounced.
Sure.
Okay.
Quinn.
So it says, "We are closed. Nobody wants to work anymore. All they want to do is," and then it's the MIA lyrics, "repeated gunshots and cash register noises."
Oh no, and I hate that I had this in my head, by the way, because like all they want to do is and cha-ching.
Take
I was like,
money.
and I was like sitting over here like, yes, fucking gang shit, love it.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, it's your turn. Or are we done?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring it home. Do a couple here.
Alrighty.
And knock it out of the park. So.
Take us home, Daddy.
Oh, that's so funny. So this one from Mel Stone at Mel Stone Music says the CDC says that fully vaccinated people can now go back to trying and failing to schedule regular in-person sessions of D&D.
Oh, ow. Oh my god, as someone who plays D&D very regularly, that's fucking rude, but we do have a regular day.
Oh yeah, all my RPG people was feeling some pain in my reactions. Big long thread. Ah, ouch. It was hilarious.
Rude.
Me. This one, I just really like this. This is from Carrie Ann McGowan. Every so often, Atlas Obscura reminds me that this sculpture exists and that nobody has any fucking clue what it is supposed to represent or why it was put up. This is the Child Eater of Bern, Switzerland, a nearly 500-year-old sculpture that depicts a man eating a sack of children. There is a weird... it's a, weird...
It looks like Lord Farquaad from Shrek.
Yeah.
He really does.
Just got himself a snack pack, picture what the paper boy would use to carry around papers, except he's just got a snack pack of babies. He's got one in one hand, he's unloading his sack with his other hand, he is just going to town on
That
these
is
babies.
not good phrasing, but yes.
Whatever. Anyway, no punchline, just a thing that exists that's like, damn. So... we'll look that up later. This is a four-panel cartoon. The guy says, "I'm in hell." "Yep, I understand you're a Nazi," the demon says. No, I was a grammar Nazi." And the banner says, "Welcome with two O's. Hell.
Oh my god, and the welcome is well with two L's and then come.
Yeah,
Oh Jesus.
it's bothering you now, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, I didn't read it first of the way through, and now I don't like it.
Ah! The tension! The tension! This is a one-panel cartoon at the big behind the desk. The sign says, Society for Asking Stupid Questions. And the gentleman at the front desk is saying, excuse me, is this the Society for Asking Stupid Questions?
Everyone asking about mask mandates.
Yeah. There's a rule in the service industry that says no matter how large you make that sign, they will not read it.
You can deep fry that shit and make it neon, and they will still not see it.
Yeah. And last but not least, I don't remember what it is. Oh, I'm not going to describe this one.
I mean, I will if you don't want to.
I forgot how I was going to close, but, you know, pretty much. Hey, so that was Facebook for the Blind.
That demon has a long ass neck.
I think I'm going to cut the show there. So we're going to fix it in post.
Oh my god. Well, I forgot that I had shared a meme of someone getting eaten out by a demon while another demon watched, so we'll just fix that in post.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.